Good morning again. We are going to continue income and expenditure account with adjustment. Now, some more kind of adjustment: outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, accrued interest, depreciation, donation, capitalized, like that. So first come to the outstanding expenses. How you will deal it? If you can remember, that we used to add outstanding expenses in the related head on debit side of income profit and loss account, here income and expenditure account. So the item will be added in related head on income and expenditure account and will shown on closing balance sheet on liability side. So it is the closing balance of outstanding expenses. What do you mean by closing balance here? The outstanding expenses for the current year will be treated as closing balance, and for the previous year will be treated as opening balance. So closing balance of expenses will be added and opening balance needs to be reduced. Now come to the prepaid expenses. It is closing balance. So how we will deal it out? Prepaid expenses you need to reduce from the related head on expense side of income and expenditure account, and it will shown on asset side of the balance sheet. Accrued interest, add in the interest on income side of income and expenditure account, and so on and so on asset side of the closing balance sheet. Depreciation, if you can remember, depreciation is a non-cash expenses. That is why it is not shown in receipt and payment account. And this was the question for 1 mark in this year 2020. So depreciation will shown on expense side of income and expenditure account, and as usual, as you have done in the last class, the depreciation will reduce the assets on closing balance sheet. Now donation. Sometimes you will find with the condition is not given, only amount is given, like donation 50% or 40% donation is to be capitalized. So capitalized means it will be treated as capital receipt. So if it is given like that, on liability side you have to show it on balance sheet. Obviously closing balance sheet will be there. Now come with the question. You can see the question. Mainly I'm going to discuss with the topic that is highlighted in red. Salaries paid includes 3,150 for the year 17 and 18, and outstanding salary for the year 2018-19 were 4,250. Before going to this, I would like to say that this is the current year question. This has been asked this year 2020. The question has been asked. Next, 9% investment were made on 30th November 2018, and the club had a similar investment of 8,000 at the beginning of the year. Means the club has a beginning 8,000 and now it has purchased investment for 3,000. And depreciate furniture. So salary paid, how these items will be treated in income and expenditure account, you can see here. Salary 42,500. You have added outstanding for the current year 4,250, and you have deducted 3,150. So total salary is 43,000. subscriptions, although it is not material, but you can remember that I'm giving you the question. Here it is. The club has 400 members and is paying an annual subscriptions of 150. So in the same manner, subscriptions has been shown 60,000. Interest on investment 650 has already been received, given on receipt side, and accrued interest is 160, because the organization has investment of 8,000 already, and it has purchased investment of 3,000. So total interest has actually been calculated. Remaining amount was treated as 160 is treated as accrued. Now, loss on sale of old furniture and depreciation. Depreciation on furniture. Furniture was of 15,000, and in the question it is given that no depreciation is required to be charged on furniture sold. So depreciation has actually been calculated on 15,000 at the rate of 10% for 6 months, and it is 750. Loss on sale of fixed assets. You can see that on the receipt side, it was given that the book value of furniture that was sold was of 800, and it was sold for 500. So the organization has suffered a loss of 300 on sale of old furniture. So while taking the total amount on expenditure side, it is 66,150, and the expenditure is more than the income. So the balancing figure 5,340 has been treated as deficit, excess of expenditure over income. Now you need to solve a question based on assignment. Till then, goodbye.